How did you become an RPC Studio affiliate?
Is the mask muffling my voice?
uh,
What's going on, webheads? It's your friendly neighborhood Deadpool. Oh yeah, look at these guns. Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out.
There's no good lighting in here. Yeah, as you can see, we're matching. We're wearing Spideyfit t-shirts.
Yeah, so excited.
Yeah, these are so cool, guys. The materials, the fabric is American Apparel.
Very soft. I'm wearing the extra small. So ladies, if you want one too, you can get a small or extra small. I think it'll fit you guys too. So
I wore a medium, and you guys see my build, so they run kind of big. And
yeah.
if you guys want to get some, place your order. Shoot me an email, spideyfit@gmail.com, and I'll be able to assist you there. All right, so today we're doing the Q&A that I promised you. My wife is going to be asking me questions that you guys asked on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. So let's start off with a question numero uno.
Okay. What made you want to be a cosplayer?
Okay, so what made me want to be a cosplayer? I've been cosplaying since I was a kid. I mean, I would make my costumes, guys. I would make my costumes out of paper. I remember making my my first cosplay. It was The Mask, Jim Carrey, The Mask. If you guys seen the movie, the very first one, yeah, I made it out of cardboard. So you know that wooden mask. I got like a thick, like really thick piece of like cardboard and like glued a ton of cardboards together, and then I just yeah, and then I cut a hole using like a razor X-Acto knife, and then made like the eyes and the mouth, and then I did the whole centerpiece and everything, and then I painted it like green, like dirty green, and I kept that, and I lost it over the years, but
that's so cool though.
Yeah, I remember putting that thing on, and I'd go like this, and like, oh god, I'm training for the mask. Never happened, obviously. But yeah, that was ever since then, I've always had a passion for just dressing up and not cross dressing or anything.
What?
What?
No.
Dressing up, playing dress up.
Yeah, anyone can play dress up. Cosplay is dress up.
Exactly. So, but I've always wanted to do that, and Spider-Man has always been, a character that I've always looked up to. When I was a kid, I can relate to the character a lot, and so that's how I started cosplaying, guys. And Deadpool has always been like my second favorite, only because I discovered him after Spider-Man. But next question.
Yep. Cool. That was from Kyle Harmon, by the way. Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle.
Okay, how long have you been a personal trainer, and how long have you been vegan?
I've been a personal trainer for 4 years now. I love it. It's my passion, and it doesn't feel like work when I go in there. I just train my clients, and it feels like I'm working out with them. I'm very thankful for that, and I've been a vegan almost a year. I would say October, late October, early November is when I became vegan after my Achilles surgery that I had last year in October. Yeah, that's how long I've been a vegan. So I would say about 9 months? 9 months.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the mask? This is from Professional Cosplay. Isn't it awesome? Look at the jaw moves. Freaking sick. If you guys are interested, shoot me an email.
Pat SRB says, what's your primary source of income? We kind of just answered that.
Well, personal training. YouTube pays me. I also teamed up with Professional Cosplay, and I work with him, and RPC Studio. I work with them as well. So, income. I get 4 sources of income, and that's what I do.
Okay, your boy John Cena.
Your boy
says, what's your religion?
The real John Cena?
I don't know.
Yeah. Religion. As a kid, I grew up Catholic, but My parents decided to go a different route, and then went Christian, and then decided to go back Catholic. I mean, I personally, I grew up Catholic, and then I stopped going to church at, I think, when I was 11 or 10. I think 11 or 10. I just decided, yeah, I don't want to go. It's not for me, and just didn't agree with you know, their beliefs and their values and stuff, and I just wasn't for me. So I haven't been to church since my I believe it was my niece's baptism.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's the
right.
last time I was in church, but
Which is sort of recent, but
yeah.
we don't really go to church. Hope that doesn't offend anybody.
Not trying to offend anyone. If you guys are religious, that's great.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just not. So
Yeah, we just don't identify, but more power to you. Okay, Aletor Hamo says, what's your favorite Spider-Man movie?
the Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire with Doc Octopus. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was great too with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, that's my favorite with Electro. That one and the original Tobey Maguire.
Which one?
The first one.
First Tobey?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Definitely.
That one's good too.
Those are the two best ones.
I just didn't like the costume of Green Goblin. It was too Halloweenish and a little cheesy. It could have been done. It could have done better,
Yeah,
you know.
It's not perfect, but
The story was cool.
this GMARRAST, Gimarast. Sorry if I said that wrong.
Jim Ross? Okay.
Any dating advice for webheads like me who are totally into Spidey but can't find any girls that are interested in your fanboying?
Honestly, you know, if someone, if you know, if you're into someone, you know, just be yourself. You know, up front, just let them know who you are, what you're all about, what your hobbies are, what your goals are in life, and what you're trying to do. And the right person will listen and admire you for those goals or who you are. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's how I was when I first met her. And you know, I just be yourself. And you know,
He told me he wanted a Spider-Man suit, and I was like, okay, let's get you a Spider-Man suit. And it's turned into something so cool that we do together. It's so fun. So, you know, there's someone out there who should understand that what your passions are, and hopefully they can share that with you. But yeah, like you said, being yourself is important.
what's the next question?
All-time suit that you've worn so far? Like out of all of them, out of all the ones you've worn, what is your favorite suit?
Favorite suit? Oh man, okay. That's tough because, man, okay. I really love the RPC paint suit, both RPC 1, RPC 2. That was something special for me because the RPC studio really wanted to recreate the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Andrew Garfield suit, and you know, make it as accurate as possible. And so when I first got that suit, I was in so much joy because of the fabric, and it was just so different. It was like my first legit looking suit. And not to say that the other suits aren't bad or
Yeah.
you know, bad or anything, but this one's just a higher quality, and a lot of work goes into these suits. And so I was just amazed by how you know, how it was done. And so that's probably my favorite suit. The RPC Paint 1, RPC Paint 2. I'll make sure to put those on the description box below, a link of those so you guys can check them out. And little shameless promotion here, but you guys can use the Spideyfit code if you guys want to buy that suit and save $50. And yeah, get one of those suits. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys can see that suit and the quality of the suit, and then order one. I mean, it's amazing. Other than the Deadpool suit, that's the RPC Paint 1 is where it's at.
Okay, Justin Gassett says, what side would you take? Symbiote or normal Spider-Man?
That's a tough one. I would say, you know, classic, you know, regular Spider-Man. Even though the symbiote does offer its advantages with the powers that you get, the strength, and the naughtiness, you know, like pulling people's hair. And
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, just the naughtiness and the strength. Uh, you know, but at the end of the day, I like. It's like you're on. I guess I don't know. I mean, just the classic guys, the classic, the regular Spider-Man.
So my question is, if you could take one costume from the comics and turn it into one of the suits you have, what would it be? Mine would be the Future Foundation suit.
Nice.
Oof.
That's from DanBot25.
Okay. Oh man. The you know, I like the classics, but I'm gonna go with the Superior Spider-Man. That one is, oh man, that one's awesome. Actually, when I was in New York, this guy, you guys probably know who he is. You guys can look him up on Instagram. He's Blurred Vision on Instagram. He was out there on at New York Comic Con last year, and he was wearing a Superior suit, but he actually had the freaking,
The legs.
you know, the freaking spider legs in the
So
back,
sick.
and they were coming out, and I mean, it was cool. If I can find a picture, I'll post it right here, and you guys can see it. I mean, it was great. So
It's epic.
yeah, I mean that's cosplay for you. You know, these people put a lot of hard work into their cosplays, and you know, when they go to like big cons like that or any con, you know, they showcase it, and that's a cool thing about cosplay is that, you know, you everyone appreciates your work, and so it's not like Halloween where you go to a bar or a club or somewhere in the street and everybody just wants to like, oh my god, this costume, or let me get a picture. It's like everyone appreciates your cosplay when you go to conventions. So yes, Superior Spider-Man.
Cool.
Favorite version of Spider-Man?
Okay, so Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield.
In that order?
Say again?
In that order? Or what?
Just any.
Okay.
I'm just thinking out loud.
Oh, okay.
You know, so far, Tom Holland is great. He's funny, and you know he portrays the character really well. I liked him in Civil War, great. Andrew Garfield was cool. He was cool, but I think they made him too like edgy and too cool in the movie, where he wasn't like as nerdy and not as cool. Whereas in this first Spider-Man with Tobey, they made him nerdy, geeky, and not as likable, not as cool. You know, like people would pick on him, but just Tobey wasn't. I don't think Tobey was like, you know, like funny enough, and he didn't have a mouth on him. You know, especially on the last Spider-Man 3 with Venom, he tried to like, you know, he tried to bring up the symbiote, and I don't know, I couldn't.
That was just weird.
Especially that dance scene he's doing.
Oh my god, the dorky dance.
With his emo hair coming all the way down.
So funny. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean that, but you know, I feel bad for Garfield. He probably could have done a better job, and I'm sure, you know, the Amazing Spider-Man 3 would have been great, but yeah, I say Tom Holland right now. And I know that, you know, I'm into fitness, and I've seen clips of him, you know, doing some parkour, doing some acrobatics, some flips and stuff, and I've seen him do like, you know, pull-ups and push-ups and ab work, and it looks like he's, you know, working out too. Yeah. So that's a plus, you know. A lot of people say that Spider-Man is supposed to be skinny, but in reality, guys, if you look at the comics, even the Ultimate Spider-Man, that the kid is ripped. You know, he's ripped. He's got definition. He's got big shoulders. You know, he's got a, you know, six-pack abs. He's got a nice chiseled chest, a nice V-taper on his back. You know, he's got a nice wide back.
Legs,
yes, he's
everything.
skinny. He's got everything.
Yeah.
So that's why like I you know, I talk about fitness, and I talk about Spider-Man, the Spider-Man being like, you know, fit, because they make Thor look great. I mean, Chris Hemsworth puts in the work, and he looks huge, just like Thor, right? Obviously, they make the Hulk look big. I mean, the guy is CGI, but I mean, you know, Captain America, Chris Evans puts in a lot of hard work. Looks great, nice V-taper. It looks big. I mean, everyone else. I mean, even Christian Bale for Batman put on some size. Even Tobey and Andrew Garfield during the second movie, he was putting on a little bit of size, because he knows that Spider-Man is muscular. Not huge, but he is muscular. So that's why I emphasize fitness with Spideyfit and everything else, because that's who the character is, and he's so much more than that too. But, you know, to see Spider-Man and to actually bring them to life on screen, that's what I want to see, and I know that Tom Holland will bring that in the future.
Cool. Okay, Reese says, "Hey Spideyfit, I was just wondering how long it took you to learn all the parkour moves you were wanting to learn."
What?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
How long did it take you to learn parkour moves?
Okay, so parkour. How long did it take me?
You worked on it for months until you tore your Achilles. A good few months.
Yeah, I mean, all those moves, guys, it took me. Actually, I would go in there sometimes randomly, and I would have her film me some stuff like, hey, today I'm gonna learn how to do the front flip, and I'm gonna do a routine with it with my Spidey suit, and then I'm gonna do this, and it was all random, and then I actually learned them in like a day or two, but then I kept practicing them over and over, like, in a course of a few months. But I was doing a lot, guys. I was doing, parkour, trying to learn gymnastics, weight training, getting ready for a Spartan race. My body was beat, and so I ended up tearing my Achilles at the end. So, yeah.
Yeah, one day you'll get back to it.
One day I'll get back to it for sure.
Spideyfit, do you think you can help me try to find a Spidey suit like yours? Because I really want one so bad.
Of course. I get all my Spidey suits from the RPC studio. Yeah, you just gotta visit the website. It is a little confusing, so if you want to email me, shoot me an email. I have no problem, kind of guiding you through it and telling you how to get the suit. But put in your measurements, pick a size. It should have a size there: small, medium, or large.
Yeah.
And I think it has measurements on there based on the sizes. So
it's like height and weight for the sizes.
Yeah.
But you can email them too with your measurements, I think, right?
Yeah. Or if you have a custom suit, you can. If you have something that you want customly made, you can just email them and they'll get back to you. They're super busy. I mean, they're taking a lot of orders, especially for like the Comic-Con and
Halloween,
and then the holidays. They get super busy in the holidays too because everybody wants a suit for Christmas or Yeah. So.
Okay, Humberto Morales says, "What Spidey suit would you get that the RPC studio hasn't made yet?"
Oh man, I don't know. They made so many for me. Humberto, if you know of one, let me know, and maybe I can ask him to make me one.
Yeah. I made a lot of them already, but.
Just going out with some Monster Energy, some Skittles, and some wine gums. My first Pokemon was a Pikachu. Let's do this.
Pikachu!
Nice.
Yeah.
Monster and Skittles. Yum.
What's the question?
All right, next question. Does it feel comfortable or uncomfortable when you wear a suit? From Juan Esquivel 8.
And that's on Instagram?
Yep.
It's comfortable. It's fine. I usually wear spandex, like tights underneath my my suits, so just so they could absorb all the sweat, especially on a hot day.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're stretchy. I think it's like a 3-way Leica stretch, so you can move anywhere, stretch, and it's good. The Deadpool suit is a little thicker, and so that one, I can't parkour in that one. I don't think I can even do flips on it. It's a little thicker material. It's still stretchy, but that one's a little more on the warmer side.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're pretty comfortable, guys. As long as you get the right measurements in, you're good.
Bugga04 says, "What was the first suit you bought?"
The first suit I bought, it was on eBay, and that was 2 years ago. 3?
I forget. Was it 3?
I don't know. When I started Instagram.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's when I told her. I was like, hey, I think my birthday was coming up. Like, I think it was like in March or April, and I was like, honey, I want a Spider-Man suit, and I want to be Spider-Man. She's like, really? Okay, you're a weirdo, but okay, I'll get you whatever you want. And so I got a suit on eBay, a Spider-Man suit, and it was the Raimi Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
And so got it. I liked it. It was great. It was my first official suit, and
Never took it off.
Never took it off. I went to sleep in it a couple times.
The official Simpsons IG says, "Who or what inspired you to become a Spidey?"
I was watching The Amazing Spider-Man 1 with Andrew Garfield, and that was, I think, filmed in 2012. And I remember seeing it on FX over and over and over because I kept playing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I was bored at home one day. I was like, you know what? I need a Spider-Man suit. I don't like that suit, but I need a Spider-Man suit. And so I just, yeah, and then I went on eBay and I got that suit. So that's what inspired me, I guess. Andrew Garfield, thank you for inspiring me, and here I am now.
Jonathan444 says, do you want to be the real Spider-Man?
What the? I don't know what that means, but hopefully I can be the Spider-Man that you guys like, and I can be everything that you guys want me to be, hopefully. And I'm just here to entertain you guys, and that's all I want to do. I got an Instagram because I wanted to spread the word on health, fitness, and inspire the people through Spider-Man and Deadpool. And so I feel like I've been doing that, and I'm going to continue doing it. So as far as being the real Spider-Man, that's up to you guys. I mean, if you guys think I'm your Spider-Man, that's great. There's so many other cosplayers that cosplay Spider-Man. So many. So everyone, has their own,
unique style,
Yeah.
your own take on it, which I think is so cool. It really brings out people's, uniqueness and personality when they cosplay Spider-Man, because everyone does it in a different way, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. Some people do it in fitness. Some people do it in photo shoots. I mean, other people do it dancing. Other people do it, doing flips, playing basketball. I mean, doing parkour. What else have I seen? I've seen people doing calisthenics. It's great.
It's pretty cool.
So,
okay, next question. Would you ever like to try to do movie reviews for Spider-Man movies, or any type of movies you like Marvel, DC? And what do you think about Tom Holland's version in Civil War? That's from M. Bermudez.
no, I don't want to do movie reviews. I think if I go to premieres and wear my suit, I'll come out of the premiere and just talk about the movie. But that's the extent. Tom Holland, great. I like him. He's gonna do great things, and I think he's gonna bring back Spider-Man and just give him the boost that he really needs.
Yeah, can't wait for that one. From favorite to least favorite, what would you rate Maguire, Garfield, Holland?
You know what? Tom Holland, Tobey, Maguire.
No, Tobey Maguire is one person.
I'm sorry. Can we no.
Garfield.
Tom Holland, Tom Holland, Tobey, Andrew.
I agree. Richard Vacado says, what or who inspired you to start YouTube?
I just wanted to make videos because I figured I had a decent following on Instagram, and I just said, you know what? Might as well I'm getting a lot of suits from the RPC studio. I might as well just showcase them in my videos so people can see them and make it easier for you to, purchase the suits. Because if you see it on someone and you actually see it, on natural light, like live, it'll make you want to buy a suit. I mean, that's kind of what that's kind of why I started the channel. Just do the unboxings, and one thing led to another, and yeah, now we're here.
Cool. Cave Ice said, what inspired you to start working out?
I messed up my right knee. I hyperextended my leg skateboarding. I was skating down a handrail, and me trying to be a perfectionist and trying to do the trick over and over again and land it nice, I messed up my knee. I overdid it, and so I sat in my room for like 3 months, couldn't do anything, couldn't move my leg, could barely walk. And then I remember I was watching the NBA Finals, and I remember seeing Dwight Howard. That guy had massive freaking shoulders. Like, he was making a freaking, a free throw, and I think he missed it because he misses a lot. But yeah, he was attempting a free throw, And you know, he just had huge shoulders, and I was like, dang, I was like, those are boulders. And then I just, you know, I just kind of saw that, and I was like, man, like I should probably start working out, like, cause that's pretty cool that you can actually do that. I mean, granted, I don't know if the guy is natural or, because I mean those things are huge, but he is a big guy, so who knows? But
Yeah.
yeah, and then I saw, what was it, the E channel? I was on the E channel because I was so bored at home, and then they had like 30 best male beach bodies, and they were showing all these celebrities with, like, you know, abs and chests and all that stuff, and then I was just like, man, like I need to step up my game. So I started working out in my room, doing push-ups, pull-ups, grabbed some rusty dumbbells and started, you know, working out in my room and started seeing results, and I fell in love with it.
Grand Fenderson 98 says, do you plan on making a fan film?
Yes, I do. I want to. I just gotta find time for it, and I just have to, you know, come up with a small little script and just make a little quick fan film. There's potential in some of the scripts that I've written, but I'm just not satisfied. And it's gonna happen one day, guys. I promise. So, yes, I do plan on making a fan film.
Cool. And how did you become an RPC Studio affiliate?
Is the mask muffling my voice?
No.
No? Okay, sorry. What was the what?
How did you become an RPC Studio affiliate?
So, back in 2014, this was October, I believe. No, I would say it was like September. I bought a RPC Studio face shell, and it was their first face shell. And I don't even think they had a page yet. I don't even think they had a website yet. I'm not sure. They had eBay account for sure. And so I remember seeing them on eBay, and I remember telling her, like, hey, look at the suit. It's, you know, everything facial, shoes, you know, puff paint. It's for auction, you know, and it's, you know, should I place a bid? And I think it was going for like $500, and we're like, oh my god, it's expensive. I don't know if I can afford that. So I always kept looking at it every single day, kept looking at it, and I never placed an order. But I did buy a face shell, and then I remember wearing it in one, wearing it in like on my Ultimate Spider-Man suit. And so the owner of the RP Studio saw my picture on Instagram, and he reached out to me, sent me an email, and you know, we just from there we worked out a deal, and just been good friends ever since, and been working together since. And I can say that I've been a big part of the company and a big part of their success, helping them with, you know, promoting the suits and just giving them shout outs, and I'm really happy for them. They've done a lot, and they've also found other ambassadors to promote their shoots. Yeah, that's what I was going for. They've also found other ambassadors to promote their suits, and it's great.
We love working with them. We're really happy and to be a part of the company.
Yeah, so that's how I got started, guys, and I'm very, very fortunate, lucky. I'm not rich. A lot of people comment and say, oh, you must be rich. No, I'm not, and I just was fortunate enough to find a company to see, you know, the potential that I have to, you know, help them, or they can help me as well. So, yes, that's how I started. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your questions. It was really fun.
I'll see you guys later.
Get Spidey fit.
Get trained to get Spidey fit.
Get them while they last.
Yeah.